Hey everyone, Mike here, and I just wanted to talk about Fallout 4 for a little bit, since the Anniversary Edition just came out. That's right, another edition of Fallout 4, right next to the Collector's Edition and the Game of the Year Edition, and all these different editions that it's hard to keep track of what's in what, and it really is just kind of a scourge on gaming. But this is the world we live in. So the Anniversary Edition is the base game of Fallout 4, and all of the official DLCs, and a whole bunch of, quote, creations, which is just paid mods. No matter what title they give it, we'll always know what they are. They are paid mods. Mods that you pay for. Now, when I first heard that Fallout 4 was getting an Anniversary Edition, my first reaction was, God damn it! Because I remember Skyrim. Skyrim had its standard edition, and then a bunch of people made mods for the standard edition. And then Skyrim had the anniversary/special edition, and the mods for that version of the game were incompatible with the other version of the game. So it basically fractured the modding community into two different groups, and every mod needed to have two different versions. Or if it only had one version, it might not be compatible with the version of Skyrim that you were playing. So you can understand my frustration when I heard that there was going to be an Anniversary Edition of Fallout 4. Luckily, it doesn't seem to have completely fractured the modding community in the same way. Temporarily, perhaps, yes, because a lot of people are still sticking to that 1.10.163 version, I believe, before the version that came out last year that added a bunch of creations and broke everything. Personally, I haven't been affected too much by the Anniversary Update, because I told Steam to never update Fallout 4. I made the files read-only, so even if Steam did try to update the files, it wouldn't be allowed to. Same thing for Skyrim. I tell Steam, you're not allowed to touch these files. If there's a new version of this game, you're not allowed to update it. And I gotta say, it's kind of insane that I have to do this. No other game do I have to go into the files and prevent them from updating because it'll break everything. But this is just what we have with Fallout and Skyrim. And because I haven't updated Fallout 4 in over a year, I've been able to enjoy the fan-made mod Fallout London. And it's just been an amazing game. I have really enjoyed Fallout London. I have a lot of positive things to say about it. It's the closest thing to a new Fallout game that I'm probably going to enjoy this decade. But now that I've beat it a couple times and I'm ready to set it down for a while, I decided now might be a good time to check out Fallout 4's new Anniversary Edition, and I heard a lot of negative things. The game does not have a very positive review score on Steam right now. A lot of the recent reviews are quite negative, and I've watched a few videos of people talking about it in a not-so-glowing light. But I wanted to check it out for myself, so I uninstalled everything from Fallout London and completely reinstalled Fallout 4. And then I had to decipher what the hell was going on, because Fallout 4 was updated a couple weeks ago to Anniversary Edition Patch 1, and that broke everybody's mods. So a lot of these modders updated their mods to work with the new version of the game. But then they came out with a second hot patch, which broke the mods again. And it seems like a couple of the mods that I like to use simply haven't been updated yet. Specifically, the MCM, the Mod Control Manager, and the Extended Dialogue Interface, which is very important for me. I like being able to see what dialogue options I'm selecting, instead of just choosing a word that vaguely describes my emotion when choosing it. Such a baffling design choice for Fallout 4. Now, these mods aren't essential, and if I wanted to play Fallout 4 right now, I absolutely could. I just wouldn't be able to use the Extended Dialogue Interface, or use the MCM, which means I wouldn't be able to customize my user interface, which I like to do. So I figure I'll wait a little bit longer and wait for these mods to hopefully be updated, and maybe they'll come out with a hot fix patch 3 that'll break everything all over again. And boy, is it just a tedious cycle, isn't it? Fallout 4 is, 10 years old at this point? And the fact that I can't just sit down and play it is incredibly infuriating. Well, I say infuriating, but at this point I'm actually kind of numb to it, and I'm used to it, and it's annoying. It's actually kind of depressing. Simply getting the game running in general is a bit tough these days. that decision to tie the frame rate to the game's physics engine, what a baffling choice that is. So I was trying to fix this frame rate stutter by uncapping the frame rate, but by doing that, all the physics was going at triple speed and everything was flying across the screen, and I had to disable VSync in one corner of my computer and then re-enable it in another corner, and I really wish I didn't have to do all this nonsense to play a game that honestly isn't even my favorite Fallout game. I normally try to stay positive. I don't like to be a complainer and be a downer about these kinds of things, but these frustrations have been piling up. I normally try to keep an upbeat attitude, but man, it is not always easy when it comes to Bethesda. The way they keep breaking Skyrim and Fallout 4 and trying to shoehorn paid mods into them, and then they come out with Fallout 76, and it's just an atrocious train wreck. The launch is awful, and the gameplay is... I utterly despise it. I cannot play Fallout 76. I have tried, and if you enjoy it, more power to you, but I absolutely hate Fallout 76. And then we had Starfield, which was awful. I'm never going back to play Starfield, I don't think. At least the Oblivion remaster was good, right? I didn't play a lot of it, but I heard good things about the Oblivion remaster. It sucks that Fallout 4 is in the condition that it is right now, but, you know, the TV show's second season is coming out soon, so hopefully they get all the kinks worked out before then. A lot of people are playing it right now in anticipation of the show, but I'm expecting the show might actually drive some people here, so hopefully the game is in a better condition at the time of the show's second season release. But maybe it won't be, and everyone who's excited to play this game after watching the TV show will flock over to it, and then they'll learn what the community has learned for a long time. Playing this game is kind of frustrating because of how broken it is sometimes. I don't know, maybe I'm still just a little bit salty because last year they released an update that added a bunch of paid mods, and it didn't really add a whole lot. It didn't seem like what was added was significant in any way. But what it did do was basically break the game just in time for Fallout London's release, which seems like a really shitty thing to do. And the thing is, I could actually conceive of myself being a defender of the concept of paid mods. Way back in like 2012 or 2014, this was years and years ago, I remember playing New Vegas Bounties for Fallout New Vegas. And I remember thinking, this is incredible. I like what I'm playing. I think it's really cool that ordinary people can just dedicate themselves to making something cool in an existing engine. I wish I could do that. In fact, I wish I could do that as a career. I wish I could become a professional modder. I wish it were a paying career. But with the Creation Club being announced so many years ago, I thought it could very well be a thing. I thought this could be good. And then I watched as Pip-Boy skins got pushed out, and that was the flagship item. And now we have paint jobs for power armor, and armor for your cow, and it all just seems so incredibly pathetic and shallow. In an alternate universe, the Creation Club is phenomenal. It is being used to highlight these amazing works of art. Fallout London is front and center as this poster child for what modding can be, and perhaps other projects that I wanted to see succeed could have actually been finished instead of being left half completed or abandoned because they didn't have the support they needed. Maybe I could have gotten Fallout Vault 13, a remake of the original Fallout 1, which is something I've wanted for a long time. But that's not the universe we live in, sadly. We live in this universe, where it seems like every dollar and dime is being squeezed out of people, and sometimes it feels like the Fallout community and the Skyrim community is just being taken for a ride. I don't want to have to spend money on Bethesda points or Vault Bucks or whatever shitty in-game currency there is. And I don't want to have to go through the INI files and all these different text files and adding lines of code and Googling how to fix these different issues because the engine itself is not that great. I really wish I could just sit down, see a couple of fun things I wanted to add to my existing game, add them, and then keep going. That would be cool. And again, I am totally willing to spend money on a fan-made mod if it's good enough. Lord knows, I have actually given donations to modders whose works I've appreciated. But the Creation Club marketplace right now just feels cheap and chintzy, and the experience largely feels hollow, and I don't want to sit here and complain about the game. I just wish I were playing it, but I can't right now. Or I could, but I might have a better experience if I wait a few weeks. I suppose it's fine if I wait. I mean, we got so many other great games coming out these days. Bethesda isn't the only company making big open world RPGs. You know, The Outer Worlds 2 came out recently, and that seems to be pretty good so far. And Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon is something that I like to put more time into. It seems really good. I've heard great things. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the purpose of this video has been, I suppose. Just me venting, I suppose. Men will make 15-minute videos talking about video games they hate instead of going to therapy. That's what this is all about. I just wish Bethesda and Fallout and Elder Scrolls, Starfield, I wish they were better. I wish they all felt better to play. And I wish it didn't feel like I was in a toxic relationship by enjoying these games, which is how it feels sometimes. But who knows? Maybe a week or two from now, once the mods that I want to play have been updated, perhaps I'll dig into the game files. I'll check the new creations out. Maybe I'll see that they're not that bad. Maybe I won't have any performance issues. Maybe I'll have some positive things to say. That'll be nice. That'll be nice.